two National League teams. Diamondbacks on the road as Arizona goes up against the Colorado Rockies. You're watching 2K Sports.
Broadcasting live Saturday afternoon, Major League Baseball on 2K Sports. And we'll see Jorge De La Rosa on the mound. And what is this Arizona lineup going to see from him today?
The scouting report against this lineup is if you execute your pitches, hit your spots, keep the ball down to the zone, you can shut them down. And with a quality left-hander like this on the mound, he shouldn't have too much difficulty.
Now we'll show you how the D-backs will be lining up on offense, presented by Pepsi. Scouting report, John. How about some picks?
Well, inconsistency has been the key for Stephen Drew over the first few years of his career. But I tell you what, he has one of the prettiest swings you're ever going to see in baseball. And look for that swing today to hopefully produce some runs.
The top of the first inning for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Shortstop, number 6, Stephen Drew.
Swings on that first pitch, misses the fastball, 0-1. The career batting average, just 154 against Jorge De La Rosa. And a good eye there by Stephen Drew, laying off that one. It's even.
Well, anytime you have a good fastball and you can keep it down in the zone around the knees or lower, it's great location and, believe me, very difficult to hit.
The 1-1 on the way. Good looking fastball. Called the ball though. 2-1.
Well, Gary, even with a 2-1 count, I'm figuring right now you've got to go borderline strike out of the zone. You run the risk of a 3-1 count, but he likes to swing here.
With 2 balls, 1 strike, De La Rosa deals. Lays off that time, but it's in there. A knee-high strike. Evens things at 2.
2-2 count. You still have a pitch you can waste, and you can make one of those borderline strikes and see if you can get him to chase it.
The 2-2 coming. And a strike 3 as Stephen Drew did not get a hack at it.
Well, this slider's up and away, but with 2 strikes, you have to swing and try to make contact there.
And Kelly Johnson to bat. Base is empty, 1 out. First pitch, a slider for a called strike. Here it comes. Hard grounded to short. And Tulowitzki picks it up. And that'll set down Johnson. Now we'll take a quick look here at the Rockies and how they're going to be fielding defensively. Particular standouts here, Steve?
At 6'3", 205 pounds, Troy Tulowitzki's big for a shortstop, but there's not a play that he cannot make. He's consistently good at making the routine play.
You've got Justin Upton in the box. Lifetime of 221 up Colorado. 2 outs and nobody on. Fastball taken high. 1-0.
Well, that 2-seam fastball has to be thrown down in the zone. You throw it up, it flattens out, and you can get hurt.
The 1-0 now. Now a swing and a shot toward second. Throws on to first. Side is retired. No runs, no hits, nobody across the plate in this half inning, and nobody left on base. Soon it'll be the Colorado Rockies, bottom of the first. And we'll get to see Edwin Jackson pitching. He's starting for Arizona. John, he's facing this Colorado lineup today. What's he thinking about?
Well, you talk about a guy who's finally reaching his potential as a major league pitcher. Edwin Jackson was highly touted coming out of the Dodgers organization. It just hasn't worked out yet, but he's starting to put it all together. He's a power pitcher, 95 to 98 mile-an-hour fastball with a great slider and a developing changeup. And if he can develop that changeup, become a dominant pitch, he will be a force for years to come.
And with 2 strikes on him, Dexter Fowler now will be watching to protect the strike zone. And Jackson misses outside. It's taken for a ball. That's a called strike 3. Dexter Fowler got him.
Good movement, 89 miles per hour. K-Camp shows it to you.
Pretty good looking pitch right there. Danced a little bit outside. Maybe he thought that was going to go the other way.
Yeah, and he found out the outside part of the plate. The umpire and everyone else knew that was a strike.
And we're going to see Barnes here. Bases empty with one away. Called strike. Jackson's got him on 1. There's a swing and a liner towards the gap in left field. And Colorado with their first hit as it gets down. This is how the Rockies offense will look, sponsored by Pepsi. So who are you looking at, John?
Anytime your shortstop's your 4th hitter, you know you have a special player on your team. The fact that he has range and can also steal bases, that's just a bonus plan, because this guy is the complete player, Troy Tulowitzki. And watch him in this game today. You want to see a cannon of an arm, watch this guy throw.
And Todd Helton at the plate, runner at first.
Well, I think the Tampa Bay Rays are going to rue the day they traded Edwin Jackson. You don't get a power arm to come along like this. He's been a project in the making.
Hit sharply towards the hole, and the catch by Reynolds. For Edwin Jackson, about depth into the ball game, and the way he will get there as a starter is by throwing more strikes, but quality strikes. He's got to cut down that walk number and stay in the game longer.
Yeah, 70 walks in 214 innings. He does eat up a lot.
There he goes for second. Over! And his throw, he is out. Great throw. Save your arm. Do it by pitching only 8 times in 1 inning, 3 outs. And it'll be the D-backs. And it's Mark Reynolds now to lead it off.
Third baseman, number 27, Mark Reynolds.
The fastball is in there. It's 0-1. One offering from De La Rosa. Lays off that fastball, and it's 0-2.
He's just popping that glove with that 4-seam fastball, pounding the strike zone.
Oh, tough one to lay off right there, that fastball. 1-2.
Well, that's the pitch you want for the ground ball out. That 2-seam fastball at the bottom of the strike zone. Just couldn't quite catch the plate. Good eye by the hitter.
Strike 3, Mike Reynolds. No hack on that pitch.
Gary, let's check out this changeup in K-Camp.
Boy, it looks like he froze him on the outside corner.
Sure did. As a hitter, you've got to recognize a pitcher's tendencies up there. I think the pitcher had him guessing up there the whole at bat.
And it's Adam LaRoche at the plate.
Well, the 2009 Colorado Rockies got off to an awfully slow start. How about 20-39 at one point during the course of the season?
It's that bat underway, 1-0 after that first pitch missed. They caught fire, the Rockies did in June, 21-7. Once they got started, never looked back.
Well, they did.
That one put in play. Fowler's going to field it. And that gets down, and the Diamondbacks with their first base hit. That's going to bring up Connor Jackson.
A good piece of hitting right there with 1 out. Now let's see what they can do with him now that they've got a man on first.
1 down, runner at first. De La Rosa with the delivery. Watches a fastball that's in there. 0-1.
Oh, good life on this fastball as he just buries it down and away.
And that is a strike. Jackson doesn't want a K. Be careful.
Some guys really like the low fastball. In this situation, though, he ends up taking the pitch.
Changeup swung on and missed. That's the out, number 2.
At 86 miles per hour and as flat as that, pretty dangerous pitch right there.
It seemed like he made it easy. 3 pitches, big strikeout.
Can't get rid of a guy any quicker than that. Only took 3 and he's gone. And we've got Montero batting. He's hit .263 lifetime off the Rockies. Fastball is high, 1-0.
Well, that's just some good old country hardball right there. Four-seam fastball up in the zone.
At the belt, the 1-0. In there at the letters, evening the count, 1-1.
Well, the pitcher going for that hole, and most hitters swing up and in. He found that strike zone with a four-seam fastball, and he couldn't get to it.
Hit hard on the ground to short. Picked up by Tulowitzki. Throws on to first in time to retire the side. And so a good inning from Jorge De La Rosa. He emerges from the first 2 innings unscathed. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Meat of the lineup coming to the plate. Glad you're with us this afternoon. Some fans bundled up in their jackets, a little chilly. And it's Troy Tulowitzki now. He'll get things started here in the home half of the second. Jackson with the delivery. Slider just misses, 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch. Called strike away, and it's even at 1.
When you can spot your four-seam fastball to the outside corner, the hitter has to have balance at the plate and not pull off the ball.
1-1 on the way. And he looks at a fastball in there, and it's 1-2 now. One-two pitch coming. Troy Tulowitzki watching that one go by, and it's strike 3.
Good movement, 89 miles per hour. K-Cam shows it to you.
Well, this one's going to end up low in the strike zone, but if he was looking for something to pound through the infield, that was a perfect pitch to swing at. You got to take advantage of those.
And I think he might have thought that was a little low, John.
Well, even still, Gary, a nice contact swing there, and he's got himself a base hit.
And it's Brad Hawk.
I think what you saw in 2009 with Brad Hopp was a big inconsistency. Yes, he did drive in the 86 runs, but his second half performance, you don't know what you're going to get from him now in 2010.
Can't get him to chase that one outside, ball 1. For Brad Hopp, John, you look at the bad second half, and yet 86 RBIs, tantalizing.
Yeah, 86 RBIs, and this guy is a top quality hitter. He just went into a funk in that second half.
On the ground to short. Picked up by Drew. So Hop is set down. Gonzalez at the plate. His lifetime average 262 against the D-backs. Base is empty and 2 down. Jackson with the delivery. Off the plate, low, 1-0.
Well, that's a pretty good pitch right there. That's one of those pitches you throw it out there and you hope the hitter chases it. He laid off, though. Now it's a battle.
That one swung on its line, and that'll put Gonzalez on first. That'll bring Chris Iannetta to the plate.
Well, you know the pitcher was hoping to get that 3-up, 3-down inning. A little bit of a breather inning, but that single will extend this one a bit here.
Slider swung on and missed. 0-1.
Well, this one here was no doubt about it. The late break on that slider. I mean, what a devastating pitch, and the hitter just couldn't catch up.
Jackson with the delivery. And he leaves that one alone. Iannetta shows patience. That'll even up the count. Fastball gets away from him there. 2-1. Batting average 248 against the D-backs. Oh, and there goes Gonzalez. And he is out trying to take second. No runs, 1 hit, and no one left on base. The Rockies still looking for a run. Hitting it off is Chris Young.
Number 24.
Iannetta spotting the pitch. That swung on. Contact. Hop's going to play it. That's one away.
For the Arizona Diamondbacks, pitcher number 36.
It's going to be Jackson now. One out. Bases empty. Here's the delivery. He swings on that 0-0 delivery, misses the fastball. Strike one. Gets the fastball by him that time, and he's in control now. 0-2. Slider in there and gets him looking 2 down.
That's a lot of movement there for a pitch at 87 miles per hour.
Got him looking on a breaking ball.
A pitch that moves like that is something that is very useful to a pitcher if he's throwing it with confidence. And you can see that what a weapon that is.
And a chance here with 2 down for Stephen Drew. Hitting .311, lifetime off Colorado. Watches that fastball. That goes by him for a strike.
Well, the pitcher gets away with one right here. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. Batter just let it go by.
And it's 0-2, and Drew now the pitcher controlling. And this is a slider in there, called strike 3. That'll do it. And they are retired in short order. Good defensive half inning. And next it'll be the Rockies getting a point. Take a look there, Jim Tracy. He's watched some great deliveries on the mound. Struggling bats, though. Important now to get the offense stinging. And Iannetta's batting. He'll get us going here in the home half of the third. That one fouled off by Iannetta. Oh, and 1. Jackson kicks and throws. Fastball on the shoe tops. A little jump away.
Well, that's a wake-up call right there. You think, I'm going to go up, have a nice leisurely at bat. Not so fast. Look out.
Call fastball. Now the count 1-2.
He looked like he was ready to swing that time at the plate, Gary, but he must have been looking for a different pitch as that fastball just paints the outside corner.
That's low. Iannetta stays away.
Well, he likes to swing 2-2. He gets that defensive 2-strike approach. He's going to try to put it in play. Let's see if he can make a pitcher's pitch.
And he strikes out Chris Iannetta. Great pitch.
Well, it's a huge breaking ball, 78 miles per hour.
But this is just one of those pitches that catches the outside part of the plate. He could do nothing with it.
Boy, John, did he freeze on that one.
Well, sometimes a hitter, you get a pitch you just don't know how to handle, and by the time you figure it out, it's too late and you're sitting back on the bench.
1 out, nobody on. First pitch is a slider in there, 0-1. He's hit .264 lifetime against the D-backs. Oh, and 1. Jackson kicks and throws. Strike 2. Ian Stewart. Gonna have to be careful now.
This pitcher being very aggressive throwing strikes. I think he's going to try to get him to chase.
On the way. Fastball is a waste pitch that time. 1-2.
Well, you watch how the hitter reacted to that. He had thoughts about chasing that pitch, but at the last second decided to lay off of it.
The 1-2 pitch. Good eye by Ian Stewart. He lays off that one. Count is even. Tough pitch to lay off that time. Full count, 3-2.
Well, that pitch right there just seemed to get away from the pitcher, took off on him. Looked like he tried to overthrow that a little bit.
Here's the payoff pitch.
You have to have great command and control as a pitcher. Sometimes you throw a pitch off the plate to send a message. He threw it exactly where he wanted to in that situation.
It's going to be De La Rosa.
Look here, with that walk, they put the go-ahead run on base with 1 out in this inning. You've got to be careful right here. Try to get a double play ball.
2 away.
This ball hit down the line. Got a good jump on it, able to roam over and put it away.
And Dexter Fowler's at the plate, runner on first. Now the first pitch. Sliders in there for a called strike.
That's an outstanding breaking ball for a strike on the inside part of the plate. It locked the hitter up. He just froze and couldn't swing at it.
Jackson with the delivery. Good patience, Dexter Fowler. He lets that one go by for a ball. Count is even. One pitch, fastball. That's going to be low. 2-1. He makes contact, line drive. And Johnson grabs that one, and the side's retired. We see a good inning there from Edwin Jackson. He continues to dominate through 3 innings of work. We're through 3 innings now. And Kelly Johnson to lead it off. Grounded out his last time through. Here's the first pitch. First pitch fastball misses badly that time. 1-0.
Into the 4th inning, clearly pitching dominating this lineup right now. He's only given up 1 hit, and they just have not had quality at bats against him. He's making it look easy.
Ooh, no bend on that bender, and it's 2-0. Only the second matchup lifetime going 1-for-1 off De La Rosa. Swing and a line drive, and he can't get to it, and it's up against the wall. There's the throw, and safe at second, no problem.
Well, what a great swing right there. And anytime you can put yourself in scoring position with no outs, you're looking for big things to happen.
Base runner at second with nobody out. Here's the pitch to Upton. Just missed with the fastball. 1-0.
Well, he tried that 4-seam fastball up in the zone to get him the chase. Tough pitch to lay off of. Good job by the hitter.
Now the 1-0 from De La Rosa. It's hit foul by Upton. Now the 1-1 pitch. Hit sharply towards the hole. And that's out number 1 as he takes it to the bag.
Good piece of situational hitting right there. Man on second. You got to get him to third. Even with the out, he does it. Good piece of baseball.
And Mark Reynolds.
Well, a bit disappointing season in 2009 for the Arizona Diamondbacks, but not for Mark Reynolds. A huge power year, 44 home runs.
The 1-0 pitch. Fastball just misses, and he falls behind. 2-0. This is a tremendous power bat that a lot of teams would love to have and fulfills the need for power at third base.
Well, such an easy swing for a ball to travel as far as it does. That just shows you how strong he is from the elbows down to the wrist. He can put the ball in play. When he does, it goes far.
Here's the pitch. And that missed, ball 4. He'll put the double play in order, though, with 1 away.
Well, he didn't want to lay it right down the middle, but he misses with this one low. Now he's walked him on 4 pitches. He's got to settle down.
And that'll bring Adam LaRoche to the plate. And LaRoche starts the at-bat. First pitch. Misses high, ball 1. Lifetime, he's hit 2 for 7 off Jorge De La Rosa. Ready with a 1-0. And LaRoche will watch that one up high.
Well, that pitch right there just seemed to get away from the pitcher, took off on him. Looked like he tried to overthrow that a little bit.
It's hit foul by LaRoche. With 2 balls, 1 strike, De La Rosa deals. Two pitch. That's strike 3. Adam LaRoche swinging through that one.
Well, early on, you're looking for a chance to get your team on the board, and he couldn't get it done right there. Runner on third base, strikes out on 5 pitches.
Well, what really matters here early in the ball game is a scoring opportunity they do not convert on.
Yeah, and you have a runner on third base, less than 2 outs. All you have to do is put the ball in play. It really shouldn't be that hard, but it seemed very difficult right there in that at-bat.
Now Iannetta spots the pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike. Oh, and 1 offering from De La Rosa. Keeps it down that time. 0-2. Well hit towards the middle. And Tulowitzki picks it up. Throws on to first. Side is retired. We see another solid innings performance. Jorge De La Rosa. He has a shutout going through 4 innings now. Offense has been non-existent on either side in this game so far. And next it'll be the Rockies getting it going. Weather's been pretty good here. Some clouds and sun alternating in and out. Part of nature's show here today. We're going to see Barnes here. He's in his 8th year. Jackson with the delivery. Off the plate with a fastball, and it's 1-0. On the way. And he takes a strike on that fastball. 1-1.
Well, purpose pitch right there. He gets the strike on it, goes up and in, and it opens up the entire strike zone now.
He watches the 1-1 pitch, takes a fastball, strike 2.
Outstanding mechanics right there. He gets all of his body into the pitch. Great velocity on it. A strike away.
And Clint Barnes swings right through that one. That's going to be strike 3.
Well, this is where you want to go with 2 strikes on the hitter. You want to go down out of the zone. He swings through it, couldn't make contact with that one.
And it's Todd Helton at the plate.
When you're talking about veteran leadership, every team needs it. And the Colorado Rockies have it in their first baseman, Todd Helton. Another outstanding season in 2009.
Here's the 1-0.
Well, that one runs in on the plate, close to hitting the batter, but now it keeps him from diving out over the plate.
That's a ball now. 3-0, and Helton, as good as he is with that strike zone, probably gets the green light. For Todd Helton, the bat obviously always talked about, but John, he's not a slouch at first base.
No, that's the thing you want when a guy hits in the middle of your lineup and he can help you defensively like Todd Helton can. He's a gold glover waiting to happen.
And he heads down to first base. That's ball 4.
That's good plate discipline by the hitter right now. Good pitch recognition, laying off the ball out of his zone.
So that brings up Troy Tulowitzki.
Okay, with that walk, they put the go-ahead run on base with 1 out in this inning. You've got to be careful right here. Try to get a double play ball.
Now Tulowitzki in the box. Hit on the ground towards second. Gets one at second. Over to first and safe. Very close play. They will not get the double play.
They get the lead runner at second base, but I think they would have liked to have gotten 2 right there.
Runner on first now for Brad Hawk. It's now 0-1. Watch that fastball go by.
Well, the hitter lays off this one and takes the strike, realizing not a pitch he wants in this situation.
Jackson with the delivery. Hut shot towards the hole. Boy, what a time now to capitalize if they can.
They tried to go down with that 0-1 pitch, but it gets blasted right back for the base hit.
But the way he went after that in the box, Steve, it looked like he might have been guessing down there.
Well, I'll tell you what, you have to make contact behind in the count. He got a pitch over the heart of the plate and took advantage of it.
Swing and a miss by Gonzalez, strike one. That one misses. It gets away from the catcher. And they'll just have to sit on this one, so everybody's safe. That one misses. It gets away from the catcher. Jackson with the delivery. Hard grounded to short. And Drew gets to it. And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. Nice work. Solid performance, Edwin Jackson. He's been shutting them out through 4. Dual shutout. And it'll be the D-backs. Bottom 3 due up next. And we've got Montero batting.
Number 26, Miguel Montero.
First pitch to him. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1.
I have to go out of the strike zone here on the 0-1 count. He tends to be very aggressive here. See if you can't get him to chase.
De La Rosa with the delivery. On the ground to second. Barnes retiring Montero.
Oh, it's a nice play right there. Great effort by the second baseman to get over, make the play, and a nice accurate throw to first.
Nobody on base, one away. First delivery to Young. First pitch way out of the zone, ball 1.
Pitchers have to throw strikes against this guy. He's willing to take pitches. The 1-0 count, he tends to look at this one.
Here's the 1-0. Headed for the middle. Wow, that was close. Right back up the middle. Almost got him. And he pulls into first base with that base hit. There's one down here.
Well, anytime you can get a guy on base who can steal bases, it puts so much pressure on the opponent. Let's see if they can get him around to score a run.
First pitch. And he lays one down here. De La Rosa throws the first. He's retired. That's 2 down.
Now listen, pitchers don't hit the ball as well as position players do, but you can still impact the game with productive outs. Good bunt.
Boy, will he be happy if that comes around to score.
That's going to make the manager very happy right there.
Fastball in there for a called strike. Here's the delivery. And it's 0-2, and Drew now, the pitcher, controlling.
In order to throw that fastball away from the hitter, you have to get great extension out in front. Nice job of pitching.
Swung on, hit. De La Rosa throws to first in time. That's 3 down. So they pick up a hit but leave a man at second and fail to score. Arizona still hoping to put something up. We got the bottom three in the lineup due up. Chris Iannetta at the plate. He'll lead off for the home team here in the home half of the fifth. And now Iannetta gets set. Fastball too low. 1-0. 1-0 on the way. Swings, makes contact. It's going to be fielded by Young. And that'll retire Iannetta. That's one away.
Good pitch right there. Got the hitter a little bit out on his front foot. Easy fly ball to center field.
Base is empty with one away. Fastball just misses. 1-0.
Well, that fastball right there just missed, just below the knees. Tell you what, a borderline pitch. I think they wanted that one bad.
One 1-0 pitch, change up in there. 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Good pitch on the outside corner. 1-2.
This is the go-to pitch for many pitchers in the major league. The fastball down and away. When in doubt, that's where you go.
Look out. That one ran in and got him.
I think it's safe to say, Gary, that's going to leave a mark. That hurts from up here.
It's going to be De La Rosa.
Oh, Gary, we see that guy get hit with a pitch. I mean, sometimes, listen, as a pitcher, you just lose the grip on the ball. It doesn't come out of your hand the right way. You end up hitting somebody.
Swings and misses the slider. 0-1. And the question after you've hit a batter like we've seen here, Steve, is as a pitcher getting your focus back.
Yeah, but listen, it's only one runner on. Take a deep breath, get yourself back and settle down a little bit and make sure you're right.
Jackson with the delivery. Still 0-2. And he fouls off another one.
Well, the battle starts when you step in the batter's box, but the real battle starts when the count is 0-2, and that's where he sees himself. But give him credit. He's keeping himself alive by fouling off that tough 0-2 pitch on the outside part of the plate. Let's see if he can make the pitcher make a mistake.
Swing and a miss. Slider, 2 down.
Well, clearly the slider's working today. He's working the corners, getting that late movement, getting a lot of strikeouts on the slider today.
And Dexter Fowler's at the plate, runner on first. Hitting .250 lifetime against the D-backs. And there goes Stewart. Oh! His throw, he is out. Great throw. 3 up, 3 down this half inning. And it'll be the D-backs. And Kelly Johnson to lead it off. He doubled his last time. And Johnson ready for the first pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards third. And it gets through. Not bad. 2 for 3 today. So that brings up Justin Upton.
Well, that's the start this team needed. Get that first guy in the inning up, get him on base, and let's see if they can bring him around to score.
A runner on first, no outs. De La Rosa with the delivery. Here's a swing and a line drive. The throw, not in time, in there at third. Good opportunity here for Arizona.
Mark Reynolds.
Perfect situational hitting. This is exactly the time you want to go the other way.
And what we're talking about is taking the ball where it's pitched. It's outside, go the other way. Here's the pitch to Reynolds. It's strike one. Can't make contact on the fastball.
Gary, he's not felt any pressure out there on the mound, and the defense has not felt that much pressure either. With only one runner left on base, and we're moving through the middle part of this ball game, so they're doing a nice job shutting down this offense.
Swings at that 1-1 pitch. Fastball by him. Strike two.
On this 1-2 count, the batter has to protect the plate. The numbers indicate he's willing to chase if you throw it out of the zone.
De La Rosa winds up for the 1-2 pitch. Still 1-2. Strike three swung on. Reynolds is gone.
Let's see this one again in K-Cam. It's a changeup. He pulled the string right there. Must have been looking for the fastball. Swings right through the changeup for strike three.
And Adam LaRoche will be looking to drive in a run. Look at the lifetime numbers. 280 against the Rockies. Fastball taken high. 1-0.
Well, that's just some good old country hardball right there. Forcing fastball up in the zone.
Here's the pitch. And he looks at a slider that's in there. 1-1.
I don't think he liked that call very much, but the reality is he couldn't hit that any day of the week. That's a great pitch.
The 1-1. And even with one strike, they may decide to walk him intentionally. Now Iannetta spots the pitch. That one swung on and missed by LaRoche, and that will even it up. And he dives back safely. Struck him out. That's number 8 in the game.
Well, he keeps the runners right where they are, so now he's just an out away from working his way out of danger and keeping this game tied. Connor Jackson coming up, you can just feel the magnitude of this at bat. It's critical to the outcome of this game.
Lifetime only a 125 hitter off Jorge De La Rosa. Oh, and 1 offering from De La Rosa, and leaves that one alone. Connor Jackson, patience, evens the count.
Gary, the numbers seem to indicate he likes to go fastball on a 1-1 count, trying to get back ahead again.
Missed with the fastball outside. 2-1.
Well, any hitting coach will tell you you can't hit that good high fastball, especially if it's out of the strike zone. It's a pitch you have to lay off of, make him bring it down to give yourself a chance.
Gets back in time. Two 2-1 pitch, and he watches the fastball goodbye for strike 2.
Now 2 strikes on the hitter. They're a strike away from getting out of this jam with the game still tied.
Here's the pitch. Right on it, but he fouls it straight back. Swing and a rocket toward short. He'll throw on to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. So they're shut down again. That's 6 shutout innings so far. Arizona still hoping to put something up. Hitting it off Dexter Fowler.
Number 24, Dexter Fowler.
Here's the first pitch. No luck that time for Jackson. He misses inside. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball. 2-0. Now the 2-0. Fastball misses high, and it's 3-0.
Well, he's up in the count right here, 3-0, and you know he has the green light. As a hitter, you set middle in and try to get something in that zone to generate a run.
That misses, ball 4. Now we're going to see if we'll get some motion on the base pass.
Well, he didn't want to lay it right down the middle, but he misses with this one low, and now he's walked him on 4 pitches. He's got to settle down.
That's going to bring Clint Barnes up now.
Gary, you don't want to do this in this kind of a situation. Put a walk on base with a guy who's the go-ahead run in the game. That's a mistake.
And that's too low, 1-0. And what he's done here in this situation with the walk coming where it did, Steve, is really give the offense a lot of options.
As a pitcher, you can't try to miss bats. Go at them, throw strikes, make them put it in play, let the defense work.
He lets the 1-0 pitch go by, 1-1. And in this matchup, lifetime 375 off Edwin Jackson. There's a throw over, and he's back easily, made a dive to get in. Line drive fouled off towards first. The pitch. Pitch out. Nothing was on, though. Oh, he's running, taking off for second. Hit in the air to center field. And it gets down. That's hit number 2, making good contact. And going to work, Todd Helton.
But what an absolutely great job of hitting right there. That pitch down and in, bearing in on him, and he fought it off to get that big base hit.
They better be careful, Gary, with him on second base. He can run, and he has the ability to read the pitcher and get a good jump as well.
And LaRoche will try and keep the runner close. Jackson's pitch taken for his strike. 1-1.
The pitcher showing that he can effectively throw strikes on the inside part of the plate. The hitter now has to make an adjustment, possibly opening up for that pitch next time.
Here's one high and away. 2-1 now. The 2-1 pitch. Hit hard on the ground to short. That's 1. And 2. Double play. And a great throw right there. Second base, strong arm.
Arm strength critical, turning the double play. It can be a matter of a split second to get the out. Great double play. Troy Tulowitzki has shown he likes to thrive in these big situations, Gary. You can just tell by the look in his eyes he wants to deliver again.
His career batting average not good. 215 off the D-back. Swing and a miss, and he's behind that pitch. 0-1.
Get a little extra giddy up on that one as he just blows it right by him.
Pitch on the way. And he leaves that one alone. Troy Tulowitzki, good patience, even count.
Well, he's over the 80 pitch mark right now at this point in the game. And you know that pitching coach is keeping a close eye on him to see if he tires.
This is swung on, lifted to deep right field. And there's Upton. Pulls that one in for the 3rd out. So they can't push across any runs. They've been shut out through the first 6. Colorado still hoping to put something up. And we've got Montero batting. 0 for 2 thus far.
Number 26, Miguel Montero.
The first pitch. Hit hard to second. Barnes. That's one down.
For the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And you know he's looking ahead and feeling pretty good about it.
And with good reason. He hasn't given up a run yet, and he's got to be gaining confidence.
Base is empty, 1 out. That one swung on its line. And Barmes gloves that one. Man, he has just mastered this offense in this ball game, and no signs he's letting up.
Well, he's been sharp all game long, but you just hope going through the order for the 3rd time and the 4th time, guys don't start picking up on the tendencies.
Starts him off with one in there for a strike.
Look here, listen, he's made pitches. They've had a few base runners on against him, no question about it. They've gotten a few hits, but he's been able to keep them from putting hit after hit after hit together. He's kept them off the scoreboard and let his defense do the work.
Strike 3. Man, oh man, is he on a roll on the mound, Steve.
You can tell by his eyes he's completely locked in right now and in absolute control.
It goes quickly. Jorge De La Rosa, 1, 2, 3. He's recorded 9 strikeouts and counting. And next it'll be the Rockies getting it going. The 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up. And if you just joined us, our broadcast of Major League Baseball on 2K Sports with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. I'm Gary Thorne. Leadoff hitter Brad Hopp. Base hit his last time. Here's the pitch. Swings and misses at the fastball. 0-1.
Look, Gary, 0-1 count. I'm looking for him to come right back with that fastball.
That's a strike, an 0-2 count. Hopp now will have to protect that strike zone. Rings him up. You can almost taste the adrenaline right now, Steve. You can just tell he's getting stronger as he goes along.
He got so much confidence. He's just knocking the bats out of the batter's hands.
1 out, nobody on. And the first pitch. Ball. First pitch is a changeup low, 1-0.
Well, a lot of guys would swing at that pitch right there, that changeup down in the strike zone, but the hitter luckily stayed off that one.
Now Montero positions himself. Swing and a miss by Gonzalez. Strike 1.
Well, that's awful. I mean, that's just an absolutely awful swing right there.
The 1-1 pitch. Can't make contact on that fastball. 1-2. A ball there as Jackson misses.
He likes to swing 2-2. He's very aggressive, trying to fight off that strikeout. Let's see if he can get him chase a pitch out of the zone here.
Here's the delivery.
It's risky to come in that far off the plate, even to send a message, because you sometimes hit the batter.
That is up high. Gonzalez stays away.
Well, that pitch right there just seemed to get away from the pitcher, took off on him. Looked like he tried to overthrow that a little bit.
Oh, he loses control of that one, and that got him.
Well, that fastball had teeth on it. It just took a bite out of that guy.
And Ionetta's batting.
Well, that hit by pitch, you now have the go-ahead run on base. Completely changes the pressure on the pitcher in this situation.
And Jackson misses outside. It's taken for a ball. And Steve, for the pitcher with the hit batter here in this inning, I mean, he's got to pick himself up because he's set up a major problem for himself.
Well, listen, control is a big issue for any pitcher. You're hitting guys, you're walking guys, throwing balls. It can only lead to trouble.
Hard grounded to short. And there's one. And they get two. Great double play. And now that's 7. Count them, 7 shutout innings going.
I think he's got the stuff to do it, Gary. I think he wants to finish the rest of this game. He's got the legs.
The Rockies still looking for a run. And Stephen Drew to bat. He'll lead it off here, inning number 8.
Stephen Drew.
And he starts Drew out. Plays off that one outside, 1-0.
Well, what an outstanding effort by the pitcher today. I mean, he has just been on top of his game, making the pitches, and offensively, they just have not been able to back hits up with other hits to mount the rally. They've been held scoreless here today.
And this is below the knees, ball 2.
That two-seam fastball is such an effective pitch. 1, because it gets ground ball outs, but 2, it sets up his other pitches.
Taps this one foul off to the left. De La Rosa with the delivery. And with Drew's 3-1 count, he can afford to look for his to shoot out here.
Well, he tried that four-seam fastball up in the zone to get him the chase. Tough pitch to lay off of. Good job by the hitter.
The 3-1 on the way. That one's drilled to short. And that is in there, the go-ahead run on base.
Now batting.
Well, that's the start they wanted right there. You get the first guy on with the inning. No outs. Big things could happen now.
It's Kelly Johnson. Runner on first base, nobody out. And Johnson ready for the first pitch. Starts him out with a fastball for a strike.
Well, they set up down and away. They throw it down and away. That's how you can be effective as a major league pitcher.
De La Rosa with the delivery. And that's a strike. Johnson's going to have to take a defensive stance here. Trying to get him to chase a slider, but it's 1-2. And it goes foul. The 1-2 on its way. Struck him out. And now we've got one down here in this 8th inning of a shutout ball game.
Now he's just putting on a show out there right now, Gary. Big breaking ball right there, just sailing in at 84.
Here is Justin Upton.
Puts a little pressure on the defense and on the pitcher right now. Speed at first base, tie game. You've got to hold them close, but you can't be distracted. You still have to go after the hitter.
Helton over there at first base. He's holding the runner. And Upton will watch that one up high.
Well, that pitch right there just seemed to get away from the pitcher, took off on him. Looked like he tried to overthrow that a little bit.
De La Rosa with the delivery. It's hit foul by Upton. Line towards second. And in there, second hit for him in the ball game on his 4th plate appearance. And Drew's going to try to stretch it. And the throw. There's the run. Literally the only run. It is 1-0.
Well, the shutout broken up right there, but I tell you what, no shame in the performance he's given in this one. He's been outstanding.
1 run. That comes in on that play. Let's see how it moves our chart. Brought to you by Pepsi.
Well, this is clutch hitting. When you've gone this long without any offense, this run breaks a scoreless tie in what has been a very difficult day for these hitters.
And Mark Reynolds. Boy, we have seen this offense building momentum, Steve, and what a time of the ball game to do it.
Well, they were given an opening, and they took it. And now they have a lead late in the game.
0-1 offering from De La Rosa. Swings on the 0-1 pitch. Can't hit it. Strike two. Steve, we'll keep an eye on the bullpen. We'll expect to see that closer getting up and getting ready to come into the ball game.
Well, that's right, but you want to give your closer some insurance. Give him some margin for error. So look for this guy to try to come up with a big hit to tack on to this lead.
1-2 pitch coming. And that changeup bounces to the plate. He delivers. Fastball well off the mark, and it's full 3-2.
A good action on that pitch, running away, but it's a ball you have to get down to the zone. Don't throw it up.
Reynolds settles in. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to miss. That'll be ball 4. He'll take first base.
Now that base on balls doesn't help anything for this pitcher, Gary.
Well, you just saw a great deal of plate discipline right there on the hitter. Maybe a little fatigue on the pitcher's part. They're not used to throwing that many pitches in one at bat, but the hitter wins it and gets that base on balls.
And Manny Corpus is the pitcher as the Rockies bring in their reliever. And LaRoche watches it low for a ball. Comes set, now the 2-0. It's hit foul by LaRoche. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. LaRoche looking for something in his zone here.
Well, that fastball right there just missed, just below the knees. Tell you what, a borderline pitch.
Oh, both runners on the move. And he is out at third. What a throw. Here comes the full count pitch from Corpus. That's a called strike 3 to Adam LaRoche. Got him. Pitching clinic so far. Finally that offensive door opened with a run on the board. The Diamondbacks lead it 1-0. We'll get a look at that leadoff hitter due up here in the inning. He got what he needed out of his lineup that last time through. This lead now something he can try to protect if he can get some solid pitching. And Ian Stewart to lead it off. And doing the pitching, it'll be Leo Rosales. They've decided it was time to make a change here. First pitch fastball misses badly that time. 1-0.
Well, he had the right idea in mind, trying to get that fastball down and away. Just missed. Now let's see how he comes back with the next one.
1-0 now. A swing and a miss by Ian Stewart will even up the count.
Well, he clearly fooled him right there. He had him thinking fastball, and he pulled the string on it. Got him to swing right through it.
Here's the pitch. 1-1 pitch. Fastball. High. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. A swing and a miss by Ian Stewart will even up the count. Outside for a ball, and it's full. 3-2. Here's a big pitch to Stewart. Big swing and a miss. Ian Stewart. He's out of there. Strike 3.
Well, credit the pitcher right there. Good two-strike pitch down and away. Not much he could have done with that, even if he had made contact.
Base is empty with one away. That ball swung out and hit. Young to field it. And that's going to be a base hit. Tying run is on.
Well, what an at-bat right there. You know, you're talking about a guy coming off the bench cold. It's one of the toughest things to do in all of baseball, but he made it look easy.
Here's the first pitch. Ball. This is up and away. Ball one.
Well, you can see what he's doing. He's just pulling that ball away from him, trying to overthrow it, and he can't seem to find the strike zone. He has to be able to rein that thing in right now.
Pauses, and now the 1-0. And that's over for a strike. 1-1.
This is why changing speeds is so important for a pitcher. You get the hitter off balance, even more effective when it's down in the zone.
Now the 1-1. And he lays it down. He'll try to beat it out. And he's got it. They get him really close.
Well, if you're going to sacrifice a runner from first base, this is how you do it. You bunt it to the first baseman because he's holding the runner on. He can't give up his position. Well-executed bunt.
Runner on second and 2 outs. Now the first pitch. Lays off that one, catches the inside, calls strike one.
He has great rotation on his breaking ball right here, and he hits the perfect spot. The hitter just gave up on it.
And with 2 strikes on him now, Clint Barmas needs to protect that zone.
Well, they're a strike away right now from getting out of this jam and holding on to the lead.
And Clint Barnes swings right through that one. That's going to be strike 3. They're held in check yet again, scoreless through 8 innings. Colorado still hoping to put something up. It's going to be Jackson now.
Number 34, Connor Jackson.
And we'll get to see Franklin Morales pitching as they make the pitching swap.
Well, you talk about a guy when he comes in the game who's slight of stature, 6 feet tall for Franklin Morales, but you're talking about an unbelievable fastball. Mid to high 90s with that fastball, and it just jumps on top of those left-hand hitters. Take a look at some of the swings that some of these lefties will have against him, and you'll see just how powerful this lefty throws and how quickly it gets on top of you.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one's grounded foul wide of first. Hit sharply towards the hole. And he'll step on first for out number 1. And it'll be Rafael Betancourt doing the pitching. They've decided it was time to make a change here. And John, as he gets going here against these Arizona bats, what are we going to see?
Well, a strikeout pitcher coming out of the bullpen is so valuable, and that's what Rafael Betancourt can bring to this relief corps. He's a guy who's not going to walk guys, so he's not going to put himself in trouble. If you're going to do it, you're going to have to earn it off of him because he's not going to put you on base, but give him an opportunity, he will strike you out.
Swing and a line to right center. That looks like a single.
Well, anytime you bring in a relief pitcher to come in a key situation, the last thing you want to do is for him to serve one up to the first hitter. That's exactly what he did, giving up that big base hit.
It's Chris Young. Second lifetime AB, looking to go 1 for 2 with a hit off Rafael Betancourt. Strike 1 to Young.
Look, Gary, 0-1 count. I'm looking for him to come right back with that fastball.
Oh, and 1. Here's the offering from Betancourt. And the called strike taken by Young.
Now, good life on this fastball as he just buries it down and away.
Fastball is up high, then it's 1 and 2.
Well, that's just some good old country hardball right there. Four-seam fastball up in the zone.
Betancourt winds up for the 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss for Chris Young. He's out of there.
Let's take another look at that pitch. It's a two-seam fastball and KK.
2 straight fastballs. He still couldn't catch up with it.
Well, a pitcher comes back with a fastball right after he threw one and gets the K. You know he's throwing gas out there.
A runner on first with 2 outs. And this is hit in the air, foul down the left field line. And a look at that one, but can't come up with it. Here's the pitch. Good eye by Geraldo Parra as he lays off that one, and we're even. He deals outside for a ball, and it's 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. A line drive toward short. Throws to first, side is retired. No runs and a base hit. They leave one man on at first. D-backs 1, Colorado nothing. Things will start getting difficult with the third man in the order lurking ahead. Quick check. There's Jim Tracy. This is where his experience comes in. It's so important. One run they need here. His responsibility to give his team the best chance of getting it.
Gary, things really heating up out there right now. Todd Helton looks like he's ready to put a quality at bat together.
Bottom half of the last inning. This is what you live for. Move to the front of your seat and take a look.
Gary, this is why you buy a ticket and come to the game. 2 of the best squaring off. Let's see who can win.
Here it comes. 0-2 now. Chad Qualls. Let's see if he wants to waste it here.
Well, it's tough to do any damage when you throw a slider down in the strike zone, and that's exactly what he did right there. Got the hitter to swing through it.
Low for a ball to Helton.
Good spot there, just down a little bit out of the zone. Tried to get him to chase. He wouldn't go for it.
The pitch. Yow, a little low. Got it in the dirt, but he held on. This is in the air, straight away left. And it's in there, the tying run on board.
Well, anytime you can get on base with no outs to start an inning, you know that an extra base hit will probably score you. But even if the batter behind you can figure out a way to get on base, now you have the potential for a huge inning.
Young is going to come in and pinch run.
When you're looking to generate offense, speed can be an important factor. They bring in the faster base runner now. Let's see if he can do something.
It's Troy Tulip. Oh, Young trying to steal. And he is out trying to take second. He got him. Good pitch to throw on, Steve.
Well, he had the fastball and it was set up in the right spot. He had a quick release to gun down the runner.
Now the 1-0 pitch. And Johnson makes the catch.
This ball's scorched right at the second baseman, but he showed quick reflexes to be able to make the play.
2 outs and nobody on. Pop gets set. Here comes the delivery. Fastball misses away. 1-0. A 1-0 pitch. Brad Hopp on a swing and a miss. That will even up his count.
Can you say ground ball? That's what that sinker down to the zone is meant to do.
One on the way. Good looking fastball. Called the ball though. 2-1.
Well, that pitch right there just seemed to get away from the pitcher. Took off on him. Looked like he tried to overthrow that a little bit.
Here's the 2-1. That's going to be a wrap. Final out of the ball game.
A tough loss here for this crowd today, but boy, do they see some kind of pitching performance from the visiting team.
And we take a look at our performance that earned the Pepsi Clutch Performer Award. Making it happen in the batter's box, Justin Upton.
Well, anytime you get a two-hit game, you have to be very happy, especially the way it's going to boost your batting average. But the bottom line is those 2 hits were the reason why this team won the game, and it shows because he's our Pepsi clutch performer.
Well, you win, whether it's 1 or 10. This was the slimmest of margins, though.
Well, this one had the makings right from the start of a close one, and you knew whoever got on the board had a legitimate chance to win it.
Thanks for being with us today. We hope you've enjoyed 2K Sports Major League Baseball. We wrap it up. I'm Gary Thorne with John Kruk, Steve Phillips, and our 2K Sports group. We'll see you soon.